I am Rajesh Kumar. I am working as an assistant professor in NIT Pharmacy Institute. So, in the continuation of the previous lecture of Unit 4, Pharmaceutical Organic Chemistry, subject code is BP 301T and AKtU syllabus. In the continuation of the previous lecture, we have discussed polynichlorhydrocarbons. The main molecules which we have discussed already is anthracene, naphthalene, phenanthrene and triphenylmethane. So, the structure, synthesis, applications, all these topics will be discussed about those polynichlorhydrocarbons. The last topic of fourth unit is diphenylmethane. So, in this lecture we will discuss synthesis, reaction and usage of the diphenylmethane. Okay. So, as the name suggests, as you can see there, diphenylmethane, di as you can predict by the name also, diphenylmethane. Di means two phenyl and methane. So, these moieties should be present in the diphenylmethane. So, as you can see in the structure, two benzene ring is there, okay, and one carbon is there, so which bridge the two benzene rings. Okay. So, two benzene rings and one carbon is there. Two valency of the carbon is fulfilled by the benzene ring and two valency of the two remaining valency is fulfilled by the hydrogen present over there. So, diphenylmethane having two benzene ring together, which is bridged by the carbon, that is CH2. It is an organic compound with the formula C6H5 का whole twice CH2. It can also be abbreviated by CH2 or PH2. PH means phenyl ring. Okay. So, the compound consists of methane, this carbon, wherein two hydrogen atoms are replaced by two phenyl groups. Okay. It is clearly seen in the structure. Okay. So, by appearance it appears as a white solid. The diphenyl methyl group is also known as benzhydryl. Okay. So, if this moiety coming anywhere along with benzene ring, this is known as the hydryl and it is added with the benzene ring. So, this is known as the benzhydryl. So, diphenyl methyl group is also known as the benzhydryl. Now, coming to the synthesis of diphenylmethane. So, it is very easy. It is prepared by the Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. As you can see there, we are reacting benzyl chloride with the benzene in the presence of Lewis acid. We are using AlCl3 aluminum chloride as a Lewis acid here. So, Friedel-Crafts alkylations occur. Both the rings are joined together. One mole of HCl get removed. This benzene is having hydrogen and this is removed in this reaction and both the rings are joined together by a CH2 bridge and we are getting diphenylmethane as a product. Okay. So, we can also use dichloromethane for the synthesis of diphenylmethane. When two mole of benzene rings are reacted with the dichloromethane in the presence of some Lewis acid like AlCl3, we are again getting diphenylmethane as a product. Okay. Again the presence of Lewis acid AlCl3 is very important. Alkylation again, these are the examples of electrophilic substitution reaction and we know that in electrophilic substitution reaction total 3 steps are there. In case of first step we have to generate some electrophile. In case of second step, those electrophiles will attack on the aromatic ring to produce some intermediate carbocation and in the last step those intermediate carbocation will give a proton and finally, we get the products. So, these are the examples of Friedel-Crafts reactions. Okay. Now, in the second method to get the diphenyl methane, benzophenone is used. So, you can see there we are using benzophenone, and when it is reduced in the presence of hydrogen iodide or phosphorus, it can also be reduced in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl, and it can also react with the hydrazine in the presence of sodium methoxide. So, all these reactions when occurring with the benzophenone, we are getting diphenyl methane as a product. Okay. So, in the first step, benzophenone is heated along with hydrogen iodide and phosphorus, we are getting diphenyl methane as a product. In case of reduction occur, absolutely. In case of second reaction, it can benzophenone is reacted with zinc amalgam and HCl, again reduction occur, and in the third reaction, when it will react with the hydrazine in the presence of sodium methoxide, we are getting diphenyl methane as a product. So, all two reactions are very simple. Again, diphenyl methane can also be obtained by the reaction of benzaldehyde, like this, when it will reacted with benzene. Okay. So, what happened 2 molecule of benzene. Okay. So, benzaldehyde reacting with the benzene, we are also getting diphenyl methane as a product. So, it is not used widely because of the less percentage yield. Now, coming to the reactions of diphenyl methane. So, first of all, as this molecule having 2 benzene rings. So, because of the presence of those 2 benzene rings, it easily undergoes the electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay. And because this is also having a CH2 group, a bridge carbon which joined the 2 benzene rings together. So, this hydrogen of the carbon is slightly acidic in nature. Because of that acidic nature, it can be easily removed from the carbon, and an anion will be produced as intermediate, which easily give reactions. So, 2 types of reactions can be given by the diphenyl methane, one because of the presence of benzene ring and one because of the presence of CH2 group. Okay. So, in case of first reaction, we have just seen that nitration occur. So, again we know that reagent which is used for the nitration reaction is mixture of concentrated HNO3 actually and concentrated H2SO4. So, this mixture gives us an electrophile, this is NO2 nitronium ion. That nitronium ion attacks the diphenyl methane molecule, and by following the subsequent reaction, we are getting 1-benzyl 4-nitrobenzene. So, nitration occur at the 4th carbon of 1 benzene initially. When this product subsequently get nitrated in the same reaction condition, means in the presence of concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4, we are again getting dinitrated products, that is bis 4-nitrophenyl methane. Bis means 2. So, again both the rings having nitro group at 4 position, and the product is known as the bis 4-nitrophenyl methane. So, this is the nitration reaction given by the diphenyl methane. Then the next reaction is halogenation, again in the presence of UV light. When diphenyl methane is reacted with the bromine or any other halogen, it easily gives addition product. Okay. As you can see that bromine is not added to the benzene ring, it is added to the carbon, okay, by remove 1 atom of the hydrogen. So, this is actually, and this reaction is also occurring in the presence of UV light. Okay. If Lewis acid is present like FeCl3 or AlCl3, then this reaction followed the electrophilic substitution reaction mechanism. Okay. But here no Lewis acid is present, instead UV light is present. In the presence of UV light, bromination occurs. So, this is following the addition reaction mechanism, and we are getting a addition product as diphenyl methyl bromide. So, one atom of bromine is added to the carbon and 1 atom of hydrogen is removed from the diphenyl methane. Okay. Halogenation can also be done with the chlorine also, and we are getting the same sort of product with the chlorine also. When we are talking about oxidation, so in the presence of strong oxidizing agent like potassium dichromate and SO4, diphenyl methane get easily oxidized. Okay. Oxidation means addition of oxygen or removal of the hydrogen. So, as you can see in this particular reaction, in the presence of potassium dichromate and sulfuric acid, this hydrogen molecule, the hydrogen atom on the carbon, bridge carbon will get removed and oxygen atom is added on the carbon. So, because of addition of oxygen is occurring in place of hydrogen. So, this reaction is an oxidation reaction and we are getting benzophenone from the diphenyl methane in this particular reaction. Then as I have told you earlier that the bridge carbon having 2 atoms of the hydrogen, okay, or methylene groups. Okay. So, that hydrogens are acidic in nature. Okay. So, the methylene group in diphenyl methane is mildly acidic. The resulting carbanion can be alkylated. I have told you earlier that the hydrogen on the methylene group is acidic and these can also be removed easily in the presence of some base, and after the removal it provides some carbanion. That carbanion is very active and that carbanion will react to another you can say positive charge species and provide and give different products. Okay. So, in diphenyl the carbon hydrogen bond in methylene group is very big with the bond dissociation energy is just 82 kilocalorie per mole, as you can see in the reaction. Okay. When this diphenyl methane is reacted with the sodium amide. Okay. So, as you can see, one atom of this methylene group get removed and sodium one atom of the sodium metal is added and we are getting NH3 as a side product. So, this is very easy reaction. It occurs rapidly because this is very acidic and hydrogen get removed very easily. Okay. Again you can see that when we are getting this salt of sodium salt of diphenyl methane, this sodium salt of dimethyl methane when reacted with the alkyl bromide, again we are getting alkylated products. So, this sodium atom is replaced by the alkyl group and bromine is added to the sodium and we are getting sodium bromide as a side product and we are getting alkyl substituted diphenyl methane product as So, it should be taken care of that because that alkylation in that particular reaction is occurring because of the acidic nature of that particular methylene group. Now, coming to the uses of diphenyl methane. So, again it is a very important molecule. Diphenyl methane is widely used in the synthesis of luminogens for aggregation induced emission. Okay. So, what is actually luminogens? What are the luminogens actually? Okay. So, luminogens are the compounds which gives fluorescence or phosphorescence when added to the some organic compounds. So, diphenyl methanes are widely used for the synthesis of luminogens for aggregation induced emission. So, very important molecule. Then diphenyl methane potassium is also used for the preparation of polymers. Various polymerization process are helped by the diphenyl methyl potassium salt. Okay. It can also be used as a component of solvent for the cellulose lacquers. Actually, what are the cellulose lacquers actually? Cellulose lacquers are the compounds which are prepared by the by solubilization in the alcohols, and they are used to prevent the wood or metal from the corrosions. Okay. So, they are applied to the metals or wood. The alcohol is dried out and the thin layer of the organic compounds will get stick to wood and metal, which prevent the corrosions of those woods and metals. Then it is also used in the manufacturing of hexachlorophene, important molecule. Diphenylmethane is also used in the fragrance industry, both as a fixative and in scented soaps. Okay. So, again commercially it is very important. It can also serve as a synergistic for pyrethrin in the pesticide and insecticides. So, we all know that pyrethrin is a very good pesticide which are used to prevent the pest or pest control. So, when diphenylmethane is added to the pyrethrin, it provide the synergistic effects, okay, for the pest as a pesticides and insecticides. So, again very useful. Then in the next, diphenylmethane is recommended as a plasticizer to improve the dyeing properties. It can also be used as a solvent for dyes and a dye carrier for printing with the dispersed dyes. So, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the triphenylmethane, okay, which is a backbone of many dyes, organic dyes. In case of diphenylmethane, it is used as a solvent for dyes. So, we can remember the things that diphenylmethane is used as a solvent, while triphenylmethane is used as a backbone of the various dyes. Okay. The addition of diphenylmethane is to saturated linear polyesters improve their thermal stability. So, again when we link this use of diphenylmethane to the triphenylmethane, then we just remember that in case of triphenylmethane, although triphenylmethane provide the very intense color to the dyes, but it will be short lasting. So, when we need some product with the for a long time, then we will avoid the using of triphenylmethane. Okay. In case of diphenylmethane, it when it added to the polyester, it improve their thermal stability. Its addition to jet fuel increase their stability and lubricating properties. So, again very important commercially. So, this is all about the diphenylmethane. So, in summary, I am just summarize the lecture. As you can see, the structure of diphenylmethane, as the name suggests, diphenyl means two phenyl things are there, which are joined by a methylene group. So, as you can see there, two phenyl ring means CH2 C6H5 ka whole twice. Okay. This is the molecular formula of diphenylmethane. It is also known as the benzhydryl, because this benz moiety is joined with the benzene ring. Then when we are talking about the preparation, so it is prepared by the Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. In case of Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, we can use benzyl chloride as well as we are using dichloromethane. So, in case of benzyl chloride, it will react with the benzene ring, okay, in the presence of Lewis acid like AlCl3, and we are getting diphenylmethane. In case of use of dichloromethane again reacted with the benzene, but here 2 mole of benzene rings are used, okay, and the presence of AlCl3, and again we are getting the same product diphenylmethane. As a result, diphenylmethane can also be synthesized from benzophenone, as you can see there. So, basically 3 types of reaction are there with the benzophenones, by which diphenylmethane is produced. In case of first reaction, benzophenone is heated along with the phosphorus and hydrogen iodide. So, reduction occur. This particular CO group, carbonyl group, it get reduced to the CH2 group, methylene group. Reduction can also achieved by the use of sodium zinc amalgam and HCl. Again, in this reaction, CO group is get reduced to the CH2 methylene group, and benzophenone when reacted with the hydrazine in the presence of sodium hydroxide, we are getting diphenyl methane as a products. So, very simple reactions for the synthesis of diphenyl methane. Then when we are talking about nitration, so again I have told you that two types of reactions will be given by diphenyl methane, one because of the presence of benzene ring and one because of the presence of methylene group, that is CH2 group. Okay. Because of the benzene ring, we are always getting electrophilic substituted products. Okay. Electrophilic substitution reaction mechanism will be follows. So, in the first reaction nitration, so as you can see that nitration is occurring on the benzene ring, it means electrophilic substitution reaction will takes place. Again, the reagent which we are using for the nitration is the mixture of concentrated HNO3 and HSO4. So, again initially we are getting monosubstituted or mononitro substituted products. When this product is again nitrated in the same reaction conditions, we are getting dinitro product, or we can say bis 4 nitrophenyl methane as a product. Halogenation is also given by diphenyl methane, but if halogenation occur in the presence of ultraviolet rays or light, then it follows the addition reaction mechanism. If it is occurring in the presence of some Lewis acid, then it follows the electrophilic substitution reaction mechanism. Okay. So, here in the reaction you can see that bromine is reacted with the diphenyl methane in the presence of ultraviolet rays, UV lights, and we are getting diphenyl methyl dibromine. Bromine is added to the methylene group. Okay. It means that addition is occurring in this particular reaction, not electrophilic substitution reaction. Again, in case of oxidation reactions, diphenyl methane when reacted with the very strong oxidizing agent like potassium dichromate in the presence of sodium SO4, we are getting benzophenone. This methylene group get oxidized to the carbonyl group. Okay. Hydrogen will be removed in this reaction and oxygen will be added. Again, I have told you earlier that the methylene group which bridge the two benzene ring together in case of diphenyl methane is very acidic in nature, means in the presence of some base or likewise suitable reaction condition, the hydrogen of the methylene group is removed, deprotonated. Okay. You can say. Okay. And because of this deprotonation, a carbanion will be produced, which on reaction with the suitable electropositive molecules provide the different products. So, likewise here in this reaction, as you can see there, diphenyl methane when reacted with the sodium amide, we are getting sodium salt of diphenyl methane. So, again one hydrogen atom get removed from the diphenyl methane and sodium atom is added. Okay. NH3 is produced as a side product, and when this sodium salt of diphenyl methane is reacted with the alkyl bromide. Okay. So, again nitrogen sodium metal get removed from the salt and alkyl group is added to the salt, and we are getting alkylated diphenyl methyl methane along with the one molecule of sodium bromide. So, this is all about the diphenyl methane reactions and synthesis. Again use की बात करते हैं तो it is widely used in the synthesis of luminogens. Luminogens, I have told you that these are the compounds which when added to some substance provide phosphorescence or the luminescence. Okay. So, again it is used for the preparation of various polymers like polyesters. As a component solvents, it also used as a solvent for cellulose lacquers for the prevention of wood and metal from the corrosions. It also used for the manufacturing of hexochlorophene. Then it is also used for as a fragrance agents, both as fixative and the synthesis soaps. Again, it provides synergistic effects when used with the pyrethrin in pesticide and insecticides. It is also recommended as the plasticizer to improve the stability. Then in addition to when it added to the jet fuels, okay, it also increase their stability and lubrications. Okay. So, this is all about the diphenyl methane. So, I am ending my lecture. Hope you enjoy the lecture. If you are having any questions, please mention your question in the comment box. I will try to answer you on that comment box. Thank you so much for patience listening. Thank you.